viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to the Complex Expedition. This is episode 3 now. So, as you remember in the previous 2 episodes, we started this off, this full release version of the game, and the first thing we pretty much established is that a lot of things have changed. The layouts of the maps seem to be completely different to what they were back in the early access version, which I played way back on the channel. And so we went through obviously the yellow halls, we found a couple of interesting areas within there, some weird things going on. We encountered the friggin' Ray thing, you know, the friggin' entity that was in the early access version, but could have sworn there was also a moment, wasn't there, in the second episode where I thought I saw a silhouette looking at me from elsewhere that may have been another entity, but I don't know if that's just maybe... Because do you remember, obviously, in the Complex found footage, the other Backrooms game by the same dev, there were moments sometimes where you would see the shadow of a creature or some kind of entity watching you, but then as soon as you look at it, it would quickly retreat out of sight. But obviously in the Complex found footage, you never actually get attacked or anything, you just have these glimpses of something that may be looking at you. So I was wondering if maybe that's been brought back in this full release version of the Complex Expedition. Okay, but we're now on to the next section. We found a way to the pool rooms. Now, I'm starting on the main menu. I'm going to load the tape, because of course one thing we've established is that when you reload the game, it doesn't always put you in the same location where you originally started in a level. So that's why I'm just reloading in from here, because I'm curious to see if it puts us somewhere different. Which I don't think it has. I think it's put us in the same location that we originally saw last time, quite possibly. Okay, well that's good to know. But yeah, this is different, I think, to what we had in the early access version of the game. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the pool rooms is all like in this version of the game. Because the pool rooms did appear in the early access version of the Complex Expedition, didn't it? But I think it was different. It wasn't very long. Certainly not as long as it was in the Complex found footage. So it will be interesting to see what has changed here. Oh, the VIP only area. Okay. I mean, it's like a dead end over there, doesn't it? If I zoom in. Oh, are those like bars? Weird. Okay. I am concerned about whether Ray appears. Now, it's New Year as when I record this, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2026. It's my first recording session for this game in 2026. Obviously, the previous 2 episodes were recorded before Christmas. They were recorded before the 19th of December. Just before, of course, I went to visit friends and family in the north of England over the Christmas period. Now, as of when this video goes out, it'll be something like the 13th of January, I do believe. Oh, well, this is... Yeah, I do not remember this from the early access version of the game. This is all got to be new. Do you want to go left, straight ahead, or right? Well, up to this point it's been fairly linear, but I think I'll try for the right, because this looks interesting over here. That's one thing, actually, come to think of it, I very much learned in the previous 2 episodes, because the thing is, there's a lot of, well, weird things you can encounter, clearly, in these levels. What? What's wrong with my dude? Why is he making that noise? Also, I like the whale in the middle here, and the whale noises it's making. What was I going to say? I was going to say, the one thing I sort of learned from the previous 2 episodes is that you've really got to just pick a direction and stick to it. Even if it looks like there might be interesting stuff in another direction, because the problem is you can very easily get sidetracked in this game, which is kind of what I did in the Yellow Horde level. Because I got... And granted, you know, getting sidetracked for a bit was fine, because, you know, we encountered a lot of interesting stuff. We found the liminal hospital section. We found other areas which possibly had been brought across from the early access version of the game, among other things. Oh. I might just come back out in the VIP area. Oh, okay, so there was actually an entryway there. It wasn't entirely blocked off. Well, that's interesting. Right, so I've just gone in a circle. Okay. Can't really sprint in here, but that's fine. Yeah, but that's the thing I found. You've got to really pick a direction and stick to it. If you're just, you know, trying to get somewhere that'll then take you to the next chapter or level or whatever. But then again, I mean, we don't always have to stick to a particular direction, because part of the beauty of this series is that we can take our time to explore and see what weird shit we can find in each level. And so, you know, what I may sort of do then is, when I first arrive in a new level like this, it may be worth me just sort of, you know, maybe taking the time to explore randomly without necessarily sticking to a particular direction or anything. And then, once I feel like I've explored most of the map, I can then maybe, in the next episode, come back to the level and this time stick to a particular direction and see where it leads. Okay, right, well it seems like the right and left accesses there don't actually really lead anywhere. So in that case, that leaves us only with this direction here. Now, as always, this game looks amazing. And I do have, obviously, the VHS effect active. And frame rate is fairly stable with OBS. Obviously, if I'd been recording this with Bandicam, it probably wouldn't have been stable at all. Right. I mean, so far, it's fairly linear. And it looks like there's only one way to go, which is fine. That makes things a bit easier. Ah, hold on, is there a choice up ahead here? There is. We can go left or we can go right. Well, let me just check, because that clearly leads somewhere there. Is this just a dead end over here? It isn't. It definitely goes somewhere else. Maybe? Or is that just an alcove? Oh no, that's just an alcove over there by the looks of it. Or is it? Oh no, it might be a path onward. Okay, I said I was going to stick to the right. Actually, let's go left. Forget. Like I said, let's do what I said a moment ago. Let's just choose directions a bit randomly, because then we'll come across interesting stuff. See what we can find and all that. So it's interesting coming straight back into a pool rooms environment after having played Liminal Shift, a game which had a massive pool rooms environment in it. But in the meantime, I've got other... My dude keeps coughing every so often. Newman J. Miller, or whatever he's called. It's a little bit concerning. But yeah, so I have a couple of other Backrooms games that I've bought since I started playing Liminal Shift as well. Backrooms 2005, which looks interesting. Backrooms Missing Persons. And there's another one I bought, I forget the name of it, but it has a slightly different take on the Backrooms in terms of, I believe it's more character driven. It's a Backrooms game, I forget the name of it, but in essence it's your player character and you're with another character in the Backrooms, a woman. But it looks kind of interesting and it has good reviews. So yeah, plenty more Backrooms content that we could be doing on the channel over 2026. So I'm looking forward to that, because you know me. I always love a good Backrooms / liminal space game. Is that a... Yeah, it is a corner. For a second I thought there was nothing. Oh, is this just going to loop me back to the area we were in before? It might do, because it's very narrow, this. The answer is yes, I think it did. But then again, where does this one go? Oh, is this just a dead end? That's nothing. Okay. Right, so it loops around. We can cross that route off the list of potential routes to go. Good. But yeah, so Backrooms games got plenty in mind that I could play. I'll have to check though if there's any other, I don't know, Backrooms multiplayer games that take my fancy. That, you know, potentially me and Connor could play, for example. Because I'm sure there are other ones. I know there's Inside the Backrooms, which is a multiplayer one, but I've seen clips of that before and it looks kind of jank. And the other thing I know about Inside the Backrooms is that apparently some of its levels are freaking massive, with really brutally hard puzzles, and so I'm sort of unsure about whether that's one that I would enjoy all that much. I mean, it's always a possibility, who knows, but it's not one that necessarily takes my fancy. I don't like the big dark spaces above this room. They're a bit concerning. Ray, are you still down here? Oh, the yellow pool rooms. No smoking. Well, someone is really emphatic that they don't want smoking in this room, apparently. Which makes sense. Who the hell smokes in a pool, eh? This is an interesting visual, though. Yellow pool rooms. Kind of like the yellow halls and the pool rooms are blending together a bit. I love it when the creators of these kind of games, I do enjoy it when they get creative with the visual design of some of the different levels, and they start chunking different levels together to make weird things. Because that's the thing about Backrooms games, you know, there's been so many of them, and of course a lot of them do tend to tread a lot of the same turf, which can get a bit boring after a while when, you know, they're all just doing the same things. And of course, you know, it's understandable on one level why they do that, because, you know, you've got to obviously have some commonalities. There are certain Backrooms elements which you kind of have to have sometimes. But it's also then interesting when Backrooms games start to do different things as well. And that's why the Complex, as a game, I always thought when I was playing the early access of it, is actually really good. Because it definitely has those commonalities, you know, the yellow halls and all that. That is an ominously dark passageway down there, but is this the elevator? Did we find the way out? But yeah, the Complex games also do things different. They have tons of interesting levels, and of course they don't necessarily use a lot of the same tropes or monsters as other Backrooms games, which is why they're kind of very distinct and atmospheric. I think we might have just found our way to the next level, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it didn't look like there were any other pathways to go down there in the pool rooms. That felt like a very straightforward map, that one. So the question is, where is this one going to take us out? We will see. Oh. Uh-oh. Is this the hotel? This was in both Complex Expedition and found footage, I think. Oh. These are like other elevator shafts. Except they're not quite in use, I guess. Ooh. Okay, this is a dark one, this is. Do you want to go right or over there? What do we see in there? Can we trigger the lights, maybe? No? Right, we're going this way then. Oh. What was that? Okay, nothing there, just benches. But I feel like Ray could be around here somewhere. Okay, it's a dead end. It's linear for the moment. Oh god. Right, left. We go left then. Okay, this is a dead end as well. This is an ominous one, this is. Tight corridors. Oh, well, there's the yellow rooms up there again. What does this say? No parking 9am to 11am Tuesday street cleaning. 2-hour parking 8am to 6pm Monday to Friday. Move off the block or 1/10 of a mile before time limit expires, except area permits. L. Well, what a very weird sign to have in here. Is this Terra Hotel? I mean, the immediate vibe of it was giving me Terra Hotel, but then again, maybe not. Maybe it's just different. We'll see. Oh no. Or is this like a dentist waiting room? Please be patient. Doctor is treating another patient like you. Wait for your turn. You'll also be provided with the same careful attention at the earliest. Thank you for waiting. You know, come to think of it, yeah. Obviously hospitals usually make for good liminal spaces, but small dental studios, dental surgeries even, probably do too, don't they? Oh wow. Is that... Yeah, that's not mirrored, that's literally a whole other room, isn't it? A series of rooms that all look identical, right? Stretching off. Weird. Oh god, that's where I have to go down there. Well, that's not good, is it? Sure. Let's keep going. Oh, I have to hold down. I have to go right down flat. It's one of these claustrophobic crawl spaces. You know, I've talked before, obviously, in Backrooms games about what makes a good liminal space. Obviously based on video essays and things that I've watched. I mean, I've talked about Super Eye Patch Wolf before, in at least one or two of these Backrooms games. Attention! Please be aware of hotel rules if staying with children. Oh, so it is Terra Hotel, maybe. For more information, contact any member of our staff and they will gladly help. We'll gladly help, it said, sorry. Alright, so maybe this is Terra Hotel then. Or an adaptation of it, but with more stuff just to confuse you. But yeah, as I was mentioning before, obviously, like Super Eye Patch Wolf, in other playthroughs of other Backrooms games I've done, Super Eye Patch Wolf is a great video essay on liminal horror and what actually makes a sort of, you know, a decent liminal space in these kind of games. Can I trigger the fire alarm? No. Okay. Coffee machine. But yeah, basically, you know, liminal spaces, there's several sort of elements that, you know, make them what they are. One of them obviously is the sense of familiarity, as in, you know, you look at it and you think, this looks like a place that I could have been to at some point in my life, or that I have been to. You know, so there's that sense of familiarity.
Locked.
And then there's also the fact that it has to have kind of the vibe of somewhere where you would normally expect to see people, but obviously what makes it jarring and weird is that there's no people there. Then there's obviously also the fact that they have to be a little bit off in a certain respect, i.e. the architecture and layout of them has to be a bit weird and unsettling, like what we're seeing here. But also... I don't like that. This is like Dreamcore, the latest chapter of that game, where it's the hotel, the liminal hotel. And you have rooms where there's windows, and you look out and you just see amazing views, except in this one it's dark and there's horrible noises. Let's just keep exploring these doors. Wait, did I? No, I tested that one over there. But yeah, the other elements obviously of liminal spaces is that they are usually transitory spaces, or, you know, evocative of that kind of space, i.e. a space that has no real identity, but which is something that humans would only ever dwell in temporarily, which is why hotels usually feature a lot in these kind of games, because hotels are, well, the sort of spaces where they don't really have any identity. Because if you ever go to a real... Okay, thank you. Jesus. Loud. My character was just saying, what the fuck? Yes. I like that so many more dialogue lines have been added in. But yeah, as I was saying, that's why hotels feature a lot in Backrooms games. Because they are temporary spaces, you know, transitional spaces that humans only ever dwell in temporarily. and as such they have no fixed identity to them. Because, you know, think about all the hotels you've ever stayed in, ladies and gentlemen, throughout your life, and think about sort of the design and the decor of them, and you think about the kind of, you know, the art they usually have on the walls. It's usually always very generic, doesn't really convey any real sense of identity or anything. And you think about how all the...
Hey! Does anyone copy? I need help. Hello? Please.
Well, that's new.
No.
Okay. That's definitely new. Because previously, in the early access version of the complex, I don't think our character ever really tried with his walkie-talkie, except at the very beginning, to see if he could contact someone. It's interesting that all these little character moments have now been added in. Definitely makes things more interesting. You see your character actually reacting to things, which is great, because I feel like in a lot of these backrooms games your character never really reacts. You always have a very silent protagonist, you know. But no, I wasn't saying about, obviously, liminal spaces. They always have that mix of quality, so... Ooh. Well, hello, sorry, ignore what I was about to say. Well, yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, you know, a liminal space, a good liminal environment in these kind of games has to kind of, I think... Oh, my light was on. What am I doing? It kind of has to have a mix of most, if not all, of those qualities. So it has to be sort of like evocative of a transitory space, somewhere where humans would only dwell for a limited period of time. It has to have no real sense of identity to it. It has to be a sort of place where you would normally expect to see people, but there's no people actually present, hence why it feels very off and jarring. And of course it has to have weird layouts to also give the impression of this looks like a space that humans would have built, but clearly this wasn't built by humans. It was bizarre because the layout is nonsensical and weird. So for it to be a good liminal space, it has to kind of have, I think, all, or at the very least most of those qualities, which of course then gets you thinking about what sort of spaces would probably not do very well in a liminal space game. And I know that some liminal space games sometimes have sewer environments, because I'm pretty sure inside the backrooms has like a sewer level to it. I've got to stop saying like. And I always think to myself that sewers are a bit of a weird one, because obviously a lot of video games have sewer levels, and on one level you could sort of see why someone would include them in a backrooms game, but I personally feel like sewers aren't really kind of liminal spaces, because the thing about sewers is they're not places that humans would normally transit through, unless you're literally a sewage worker going down there to do a repair or something. The majority of the time humans are not down there. They're not places that humans would dwell in, even if just for temporary periods of time. And so as a result, if I was creating a backrooms game, I would not have a sewer level in it, personally. Ooh, blue carpet. What are we hearing? Oh, an assembly of chairs. Well, okay. Bizarre. So the environment is definitely changing all around us, and it's interesting. This hallway's definitely got that vibe of back hallway in a commercial building that normally you would never see. Caution, employees only. Duh. What? Ray? Is that you? Well, I've got to go back and see what that was. Right? Ray? Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was going to be you, you bastard. Well, let's go and say hi. Why the hell not, eh? Because he doesn't normally do anything, does he? He just stands there and looks at you. He doesn't actually attack you, as far as I'm aware. What a creepo, eh? What do you like, buddy? Well, I mean, he didn't do anything in the early access. He just sort of stalks you like a creeper. Appears every once in a while. He never actually directly attacked you in the early access version, but kind of wondering if that's going to be a bit different in this one. As long as you stay back there, buddy. Oh, is that the subway train up ahead? It looks like it. Because that was a thing in early access Complex Expedition. Takes you to a new area. Hey Ray, do you want to come and catch the subway? Ray, catch the subway way. Alright, well... So, evidently, obviously there were other passageways in that hotel section, which I've not really explored there, but is it worth me doubling back? Problem is I'd have to go quite a way back, I think. Fuck it, let's just get on the subway carriage and head on. It's going to take us where we want to go. See you, Ray. I'm out of here. I'm off to the next area, wherever that may be. I wonder if the shopping mall is still in this game. Do you remember in early access there was like a shopping mall that you come across at one point? Where it has a loudspeaker playing music that suddenly then turns into the 3-note Oddity. If you never watched the early access videos I did of this game, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But, yeah. if we come across it again, you never know. We may find it. Ooh, this is a long loading screen. Oh, there we go, never mind. Oh, joy. Are we back to yellow walls? Oh, no, we're not. Never mind. Or are we? Oh, China Express. I think that was in the early access, wasn't it? At least there was a room, I'm pretty sure in early access, that you do come across where it has almost like a little restaurant / mini market room. Oh god, it goes down there. Food court, downtown trains. Don't like that ambience. Ugh. See, this is I think a common liminal space image. Because if you watch the Super Eye Patch Wolf video about liminal horror, obviously he has a few images, sample images, random examples of spaces that a lot of people share on Reddit and places like that, and which they deem to be liminal. And this is one of them. Pretty sure there is a picture of what appears to be a food court with a little restaurant called China Express. So this one's all graffitied. Do you want to go through there, or do you want to explore further down the railway platform? We'll just have a quick look down the subway platform first. But yeah, I mean, that liminal hospital area that we had in, I think it was the first or second episode of the full release playthrough of this game. Sorry, I just hiccuped then. I don't think this goes anywhere, but we'll check it. Yeah, that sort of liminal hospital environment, the one that's kind of like the white corridors with the blue seats sometimes along them, facing towards sort of like a window into another room. That also, I think, is a common liminal space image. And I'm sure there'll be other ones that we encounter in this full version of the game. But yes. You know, schools, I think, also probably are a space that's quite liminal. You know, a space that has no real identity sometimes, and which is a space that humans do dwell in, but only temporarily, or at the very least a space that humans do transit through on a daily basis, where therefore you would expect to see people, so therefore the absence of people would be particularly jarring. Elevator equipment room. Can we actually read the menu? Is it actually in a resolution we can read? Oh my god, I think it is. Yeah, kind of. Entrees, you see? Beef, pork, prawn dishes, squid, fish, duck. Yeah. Don't you love it in these games when you can like zoom in on the on text, and it's actually in a resolution that you can read. Oh, very interesting. Hey Ray, do you want to come over here and have a Chinese takeaway with me? Look at those dishes. Hot and sour soup, sweet and sour pork, beef with broccoli, spare ribs with pepper salt, shrimp with honey glazed walnuts, whole roast duck, shrimp fried rice, oyster sauce chicken on something? Can't read what that is. It's making me hungry for a Chinese takeout though. You know, normally my sort of default go-to Chinese takeaway, this is random, boring, mundane topic of conversation, but normally my go-to Chinese takeaway would be sort of like a sweet and sour chicken, deep fried sweet and sour chicken or pork with rice. And yeah, I used to always get that a lot, but increasingly these days I actually don't really get that as much. Problem is, where I live now, the Chinese takeaways in my vicinity, they obviously do sweet and sour, deep fried chicken and things like that. Basically deep fried chicken balls in a sweet and sour sauce. But the problem is, whenever I order from them, they give you so much. It's way too much for one singular person to eat. And so as a result, inevitably, I can never eat it all. And so I end up having to just basically waste a load of it, which is really wasteful, and I don't like that. So increasingly, I'm going to chicken chow mein as my default Chinese takeaway, because at least with that, they give you much more manageable portion sizes, which you can realistically eat, and so you don't end up wasting a load of it. But yes. Oh god. Okay, well this is a different area, isn't it?
Okay.
Does it come from straight ahead?
Now, in that sense then, let's just conclude here and then we'll take
Hello?
a break.
Oh.
The book of Revelation, instead of one great chronological event, one after another, is actually a series of spotlights on the last days. John sees, for example, the four beasts and the elders. He sees the book, and that gives you orientation. He's seen the new heaven and the new earth. And then in Revelation chapter 6, he sees an overview. He sees the four beasts. He sees the wailings of the martyrs. And then he sees the second coming ordained under the sixth seal, but fulfilled in the seventh. It's like the creation. Man was ordained
this
to
is
be
new.
placed on earth on the sixth day.
I don't remember this
He
in
was
early
placed
access.
on earth in actual fact on the seventh day. Go read, for example, the book of Abraham and the book of Moses. The book of Abraham in particular makes it very, very clear that they came down to place man on earth. And then the sixth day terminates, and the seventh day ordained. But man is ordained to be put on earth in the sixth day, and it's fulfilled in the
What am I
seventh.
watching
Similarly,
here?
then you have the same kind of a situation. The second coming is ordained.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Why was that here? What? There was a countdown. What? Oh my god, is that a nuclear test? Okay, so a religious service and now we're watching a nuclear test? I'm assuming this is all probably public domain, old footage found on Internet Archive or something. Well, there's the blast. Sound wave. Fuck it, we're just going to stand here and watch what's on this television. It's a chunker of a TV, that. Look at that. It's like an old 1980s or 90s TV set. I remember when I was a kid, back in the 90s, we had an old TV set, a big chunky one, in the lounge. Bit like that one. what am I watching? Helicopters? Those are very old-fashioned looking helicopters, those. So 1950s, late 40s. I'm just checking in case Ray shows up again.
That's to shut off the mouth there, huh?
What?
That's to shut my mouth when he slaps that down.
That's to start it.
What are we watching?
All right, General, go ahead.
This test, I think, went very well. I was quite interested in how the troops reacted. I didn't find any soldier there who was afraid. They were all, the ones who hadn't seen a bomb before, were a little apprehensive, but there was no sigh of relief when the thing went off, and no great exuberance, which comes from falling being scared. In other words, as far as the soldier reaction to the thing, I would say they took it in their stride as American soldiers take all things of danger or things that they have been told about and oriented on. The troops moved out just as soon as the safety officers pronounced it safe and went out in good formation. Last I saw of them, they were pretty well up toward ground zero.
All right, thank you very much.
Bill Hodge, what would you say was the main reaction of the troops there in the trenches as they were waiting for the bomb to go off?
Well, the reaction of the troops in the trenches, they did exactly what they were told to do. They showed good discipline, which was good sense in this case. If any man stuck his head up, there was trouble in store for him.
And they seemed to take all the discipline very well.
They did indeed.
And how did they move out when the order was given to move out into
Moved out very promptly in good formation.
And they maintained tight formation. And you think that this training that they have received, that you have received the training that these men got there, will that be beneficial in any other time they may come across atomic attacks?
Yes, it'll be beneficial to them and also to their buddies when they go back to units, so they can tell them about this thing.
You know, if you go on internetarchive.org or .net, whatever it is, you can find old, well, what I believe is old 1950s American footage. There's now public domain of nuclear testing, particularly things like Operation Greenhouse, I think it was.
Okay.
Oh, we're back to this.
Now, in that sense then, let's just conclude here and then we'll take a little break. The book of Revelation, instead of one great chronological
it's
event,
looped.
one after another, is actually a series of
Weird.
spotlights.
How very strange. Okay, so we went through there, didn't we? What was this way? What was this way we came from? Oh, God, this is where I could get very easily lost. What a strange thing. That's definitely new. That we haven't seen that before. That wasn't in the early access version. I wonder if there's some meaning as to why it's those videos in particular that have been selected to be used. Why a religious service? Why a military informational video about nuclear testing? Or is it just random, you know? The dev maybe selected a couple of old films to give that vibe of, you know, something retro and something old-fashioned. Well, whatever I was talking about before that happened, I've completely forgotten what it was. It's thrown my train of thought. Where are we going? Oh. Hello, hello. Can we go through here? Nope.
It's locked.
Okay, well this may loop back around over here, possibly. Maybe, maybe not. Hold on. Oh, I thought that was a door handle over there. Oh, it is a door handle, but there's no actual door. Okay. Through here then, I guess. Let's see what the deal is. Oh wait, I've just looped back around. Haven't I? Oh, bollocks. That's not good. Let's go this way. Somewhere different. This looks interesting. Oh, there's the nuclear explosion. Oh. Okay, an upside down washing machine. Oh god, we're just going to the upside down section of the back rooms by the looks of it, where gravity only seems to be working for us. How very strange. Can I not go through here then? I guess not. That leaves us probably with only one way to go in that case. What a strange level this is. Through here then? Yeah, this is new, by the looks of it. No, wait, no. We've been through here, have we not? Wait. That's that. That's that area. Oh, bollocks. Right, I'm getting very turned around here. That's not good. Where have I not been? God, my footsteps are so bloody heavy. Right, that door there was locked, wasn't it? This loops through to there. Did I not go this way then? No, I don't think I did. Why does this feel familiar? Wasn't there a bit in the early access where there was a window like that and you just saw Ray Ray standing behind it? Is Ray Ray about to appear again? Stalking us as usual. Also those vents on the walls are glitching a bit as I get near them, but well, the textures on them are flickering. Oh my god, what is this? Alright, now we're in new territory. Ugh. Okay. This definitely wasn't in early access, was it? I wonder if the early access still has that moment where you walk into a room, there's a door that you have to trigger to open, and as you open it you hear something behind you. You turn around, there's like balls rolling on the floor, and if you go back to see where they came from, you just see Ray Ray standing in a dark corridor. Do you remember that? That was a thing in the early access, wasn't it? If I remember correctly. It doesn't go anywhere. This might be the only way to go. Yeah. Oh. He's taking control away from me. Oh, dude.
Oh, God.
Is Ray Ray behind you? Don't turn around, buddy. You're gonna climb down, are you? But I feel like he's gonna... Okay, he's not there. I was convinced Ray Ray was gonna be there for a moment. Ooh! Jesus! Oh, God! Yeah, that looked and sounded like it hurt. Oh boy. It's dark in here. Get my light on. I don't think we're in the next level yet. Well, I can keep going for now. So weird. Yeah, I was going to say, I think once we get into the next level, we'll probably then wrap the episode up, I would think, because it's not going to be long till lunchtime, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm starting to get a bit hungry. I'm getting a bit hungry. Oh. Oh. Wait. Oh. Through there. I was wondering where am I meant to go from here. Okay. Down we go. Yeah. Cloud ceiling. Ooh. Oh. Shopping mall? Is that where we're about to end up? possibly somewhere familiar that we saw in the early access. Ooh. Ominous sound. Is it a shopping mall? I can't tell. Shopping malls are definitely a very liminal space. Place you'd expect to see people. Place that is transitory, i.e. humans would only dwell in it for a temporary period of time. It's a place without necessarily having any fixed identity. Oh, that's shuttered. Oh, never mind, we can't go to the absolute cinema. We can go up the escalators by the looks of it. What's over this side? Shuttered doors. Alright, I think the escalators might be the way up then. The only way to go, rather. So let's do it. Upstairs we go. Clothing and swimwear, clothing, accessories, swimwear and jewellery downstairs apparently. Weird. Aha! Gosh, I'm thinking about being a child of the 90s. All the shopping centres, as we call them over here in the UK. Malls to all you Americans. I remember visiting as a child. Store closing, everything must go. Over here it is then. Is it the mall? I think it might be. Or a mall of some kind. Ah. Fork Salon. What does the door sign say? Closed. Monday 10 AM to 5 PM. Well, every day 10 AM to 5 PM except Friday. Ends at 3. Okay. I don't know why I'm reading it out. You can read it for yourself. Oh. This is a bit like that one backrooms environment that's sort of like a library. The end is near and all that. It's like the one in Escape the Backrooms. Am I going to have to pick up a load of videotapes? It could go on there, but I feel like there's more in the shopping mall to be explored. Let's just have a quick look around, shall we? See what we can find out here first, if anything. See, the thing is, I don't know if the full version of this game is fairly linear, or if it actually has more than one route, and potentially more than one ending you can find. Starman Comics. Flavours of the Rainbow, quality ice cream. Well, it's definitely a shopping mall, but it's different to the one that was in the early access. Because the early access mall was sort of like a big room with a mezzanine around its edge, and it was quite bright and white and airy. What's this? Parking this way. Oh god. That is fucking dark. Oh, that's super dark. I don't like it. No, no, no. Stay in the warmth and comfort of the shopping mall. Or can we go in the comic book store? Or is it shuttered? Oh no, we can, by the looks of it. New furniture from around the globe. Couches, chairs, tables and beds. All your household needs. Well, that's not what I was expecting when I went into Starman Comics. Huh. He's just CCTV. Here under CCTV surveillance, yeah. What does the door over here do? No entry, staff only. Does it open? The red door. It does. Ooh. But is there anything in here? Oh, it goes further off over there, apparently. Okay. Oh god, I could get so easily sidetracked just exploring this whole environment. Oh, hang on. Speaking of mezzanine. What did I just hear? What? Well, I don't like that. It's a bit annoying how certain textures flicker like crazy like that from a distance. Because of course, the draw distance on them is a bit awkward when you're in VHS mode. I don't know where that sound's coming from, but it sounds like it's coming from above somewhere. What's in here? The pharmacy. Oh, hello. You take me upstairs? This is all sloping at a weird angle. Oh, hello. We're in the back halls, maybe. Can we go through here? I think that looks like it's blocked over there, but... no. This way, then. Yeah, I don't know if this game has multiple rooms. I know there are other Backrooms games we've played that technically do. Oh, wait. This is it! Oh, this is the mall from the early access, except the lighting's completely different. Because in the early access it was brightly lit, wasn't it? Yeah, it was shaped exactly like this, like a big open hallway with a mezzanine level right around the edge. And escalators down to a lower floor. Oh boy. So it's good to see that some stuff from the early access has been preserved and brought across. Let's explore around the edges first, shall we? What are these? Parking meters? Oh, yeah. Just a room full of parking meters, apparently. Well, full of, not really. A room with a few parking meters in it. So why is this all now ominously lit? That's the question. From building blocks and toy cars to fluffy bears and dolls, we at Toys and Fun have a wide variety of high quality toys from us to you. That sound is just ominous as hell. Well, this feels like it's in a, well, bigger state of disrepair than it was in the early access version. I was hearing the character's heartbeat for a moment. Gennep and Turner. Whatever this is. Can we go through this door? Locked. Okay, never mind. At least we can cross that off the list. It's interesting though that we're actually approaching this environment from a completely different angle. Because normally, I think you came out of one of these shops, didn't you, in the early access? Whereas in this, you came out down there. Elco's, furniture and home appliances. You're out here. Make your brand visible to hundreds of people daily. What? Is he going to do the 3-note oddity at some point? If you don't know what I'm talking about, the 3-note oddity is this weird sound effect that if you watch the early access version, when you go through this mall, at first there's music playing, just pleasant music, but then suddenly it cuts out, and then you just hear this weird sound effect, which is basically like a 3-note dial tone. It's like burr, 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 and it just repeats that for a while. And apparently, I didn't know this at the time, but the 3-note oddity has an interesting story to it, because that sound is called the 3-note oddity. Basically, if you can search for it on YouTube and find it. It's been used apparently in a couple of games. I think Signalis, apparently, a game that I actually do want to play at some point, also uses it. But apparently the story is, it was like a weird sort of... It was called like a shortwave number station, which basically was a Cold War thing, of like these shortwave radio stations that would broadcast these weird sounds that basically agents would listen for, spies, and it would communicate messages to them. And the 3-note oddity, I think, was possibly Polish or East German, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, you can search for it on YouTube. There's a thing called the Conant Project, which has tried to collect as many of these shortwave number stations, their sounds, as possible, and basically just catalogue them. And they've got the 3-note Oddity. It's really weird when you listen to it, because for about 40 seconds or so, it's just literally the 3-note dial tone going bah, 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 pause, bah, 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 like that. And then from about 50 seconds in, that stops. Oh, I saw that. Oh, you're doing the complex found footage thing of showing me weird fucking silhouettes of things poking around corners that then retreat when you look at them. Okay, so Ray Ray's not the only thing down here. There is something else stalking us, clearly. But yeah, so like the 3-note Oddity, it does the 3-note dial tone for a while. Then about 50 seconds in, it suddenly changes, because what happens is the 3-note dial tone stops, and several seconds later you hear this German woman's voice, and it goes Achtung, Achtung, and then she just starts reciting numbers, which clearly I think the idea was that, say like a spy or an agent or someone listening to it would note down the numbers, and that would be a code for something. God, like, this goes over here to a bathroom. Does this go anywhere, or is this just a dead end? It's a dead end. Okay, go back to the mall and explore more of that then. Yeah, but basically she starts reciting numbers, and it's kind of creepy in a sense, because it's just so weird and bizarre. But it's one of those kind of weird relics of history which I think a lot of people don't know about, but you can find it on YouTube, the Conant Project, 3-note Oddity. And the thing is, like, that's by no means the only example of a shortwave number station from the Cold War that the Conant Project found. There's loads of others, and some of them are kind of comical, because they use excerpts from songs and jingles, things like that. But the 3-note Oddity is just a weird one, because it's so odd and kind of weirdly ominous, to put it that way. At least I find it weirdly ominous. What? Oh. Well, suddenly it got bright and the music started. Lindell Women's and Children's Fashion. This is the music from the early access, isn't it? Is the 3-note Oddity going to start at some point? We'll hang around in here for a bit, ladies and gents, to see what happens. Oh, this extends away back, doesn't it? What's the flickering light? What am I looking at? There's a lamp. Okay. Is this just a dead end? Is this just a dead end? I think it might be. Okay. It's fine, it's fine. So I think in the early access version the music plays for a while, but eventually it changes. So I'm wondering if it will go to the 3-note Oddity again. I still wouldn't be surprised if that's been preserved and maintained. Pick and pause. Something for pets, I guess. Shell's jewellery. What's that? Caretaker's self-care? Oh. I feel like elements of this, in terms of the layout, have been changed slightly. Or maybe just the detail, but cool kids' footwear. lighting's so weird. Is there a way maybe to fix that sort of flickering of textures as you go towards them like that? There probably is, isn't there? Maybe in the options, if I was to have a look. VSync is on. Yeah, I mean, I probably have to like change some of the graphic settings. I don't know if I want to do that. That's the only thing. Guess we go downstairs then. Oh. 3-note oddity. No. Wait. That music. Just listen to that. That's a royalty-free music track. And for the longest time, back in the day, that was used by Yogscast, wasn't it? That music. Or a version of it. I mean, this version sounds more orchestral. Oh, you know the one I'm talking about, right? Oh. Well, that looks ominous through there. That could be the way on. Well, I never expected to hear an orchestral version of an old Yogscast intro tune. Royalty-free music. Yeah, everyone I think knows it as the Yogscast intro music from years ago. They would always put it at the start of their videos. It's obviously not by the Yogscast. It was a royalty-free track, probably by Kevin MacLeod or somebody. Tech Solutions Company, computer repair and parts. Gentlemen's clothing and accessories. Welcome to Gentlemen's Clothing and Accessories. Thank you for shopping with us. Please leave baskets by reception. Luxus. Flavours of the Rainbow. Oh. 3-note oddity. Nope. I think it went back to this tune. I feel like it's going to do it at some point though. Can we crawl into here maybe? Hold on, if I hold down. Oh, we definitely can. We can go into the ice cream shop. Locked or... yeah. That's not going anywhere. Oh, can I crouch a bit more, please? There we go. God, this game is so good. This is why we enjoy this one. Media player, library, furniture. Oh, is this a dead end, or does this go somewhere? One is 3. Ooh, weird. Well, clearly there's something going on in this area. Furniture and housewares. Oh, this is kind of blocked off. Well, don't want to know what's going on in there. We see in? Not really. Oh. Stopped. There! Hold on, get back towards it. That's the 3-note oddity. I'll just let you listen to it for a bit. It's really creepy. I don't know why. Oh. I don't remember it playing the German woman's voice, though. Oh, yeah, there you go. That was it. Yeah, that was it. Just that 3-note dial tone sound effect. Apparently it's like an old Cold War thing. It's very, very strange. But, yeah, I don't know what it is about it, but I just find it really creepy, that sound of the 3 notes. It's just a strange sound. I mean, it's probably the knowledge of what it was that makes it kind of creepy, but yeah. Man, it's going to be quite a big recording, this. Probably have to split this into more than one episode, I think. Right, I think we have to go through here, because this looks like the only way onward. So, in the early access version, I think what happened in this was you explore the mall and you have to go into one of the upstairs shops and you go into a back corridor that eventually leads you to another passage onward. But clearly in this one, in the full release, it's been completely changed. I'm kind of glad this has been preserved though, because this was such actually quite an iconic environment from the early access, this mall. It's very well designed, so I'm glad that that's made it through into full release. Obviously with some changes. Aha! Elevator! Okay, this should take us to another level, shouldn't it? And then we can probably wrap the episode up, or wrap the recording up. I can go and get some lunch. But where are we going to come out? That's the question. Somewhere new? Or are we going to be back in the yellow hallways? Place your bets now, ladies and gents. Well, I don't know where this is. No clues there, but I think we'll have to find out next episode, ladies and gentlemen, so I hope you'll join me for that. It was quite a good recording session for the Complex Expedition. I think I might just keep recording this after lunch, do some more of it, because I really do enjoy this. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's funny because some of the more recent reviews I've noticed on Steam for this game, since full release came out, there's a lot of people complaining that they preferred the early access version. I'm going to be honest, I mean the early access version of this game was good, but I'm actually really enjoying this full release version of it. It feels like it has a lot more to it, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, social media links, propaganda channel link, etc, are down in the video description as usual for anyone interested. If you enjoyed, of course, do leave a like and all that, and I'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully we'll see Ray as well next time as well. I'm anticipating he's going to crop up again. Goodbye everybody. That's a problem. I did not see what it was. Shoot, failed back 7 times. That is a great problem. What? Is there a train moving past? Oh yeah! Oh, what the fuck? Huh! Trains everywhere! That's pretty awesome. Right, well that's a clear one, isn't it? No need to even think about it. We're gonna all go. Hey dude. See the trains going around all over the place? I wonder if they count as death traps, some of these though. Oh, they've stopped. For example, could you like run in front of them and they kill you? Potentially. Oh. Go back, oh god you are. Jesus. Yeah, I don't want to risk it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh god.